master and like feel like you're in the space.
Where do you get the goggles?
We're live, guys.
So Google Cardboard is just a spec. It's not like an actual product. It's like Google said, okay, let's just do it for cheap. So here's how you do it. So all kinds of companies are chopping them up and selling them to spec, and you can buy them all over the internet.
Oh, we'll do that. Oh, that's great. And then what we'll do is we'll tell our listeners about it. We'll do 360 of our Sirius XM studio when we're back in the studio next week. And that's pretty kick-ass.
You can do it in the middle of TIFF and like wherever.
Like the close.
We would totally do that. Al's got the goggles on now. Are we on Periscope?
We are.
Hey everybody. So if you go to Twitter, go at Ward and Al on Twitter, and there's a link there you can click on to join the Periscope video there, live streaming right now. Or just, if you've got the Periscope app, we are Ward and Al on there.
It's not playing yet, right?
Al's got the headphones on, and she's got the virtual reality goggles on right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over, and I'm just going to start touching her.
Is it started?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
she's
you're in.
You're watching Dismember.
So, can I explain what this is?
Please.
This is, so Al's inside of a Blair Witch-like piece where they've set up several different cameras around a warehouse, and they're trying to summon a dead person's energy. And so it keeps flipping back and forth between these different security cameras as they're waiting for her to appear.
And Al looks a little paranoid. She looks a little creeped out.
See, the thing that happens is most people put these on and they get into TV mode, so they just stare straight ahead, but you really got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Al's looking around. She's looking around as if she's walking in a cave or something. I'll give $5 to anybody that goes over and grabs her at one point. Just go over and...
It's a bit like waking up someone who's sleepwalking. There's a point at which it's called dropping in, and that's when your brain actually gives over and surrenders, and all of a sudden you're more in that world than you are in the one you just left.
Wow.
Yeah. In fact, there's people who test virtual reality that say that they've gotten to a point where they'll hear someone talking in the room and they turn to look at who's talking to them and can't understand why they can't see the person talking.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting because you can tell that she's really like walking around in a different world here.
No, I feel like there's someone behind me.
It's Todd Shapiro.
This ghost is hitting.
Todd Shapiro is behind you. Right
That's
now.
the problem with virtual reality horror is that unlike TV, you can't look away from the screen. You have to keep checking all over the place.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Al?
I don't trust this ghost.
Yeah, she's Al's in a horror world right now.
Yeah.
So now what we should do next time is get like noise cancellation headphones to where Al can't hear us at all.
At all.
And she's just submerged in this whole.
Look at the hands.
Yeah, she's creeped out. She's got creepy hands going on. She's a little scared.
We got some comments on Periscope.
If you're looking on Periscope, you'll see Al is a little creeped out right now.
What she said, watch out for Todd Shapiro.
That is not cool, man.
All right.
Like,
for everyone
cool,
here, she just pointed out my crotch, but it's not me.
Okay.
It's not me that she's actually talking about. Oh, she's freaked out by something
Zoom
going
in.
on.
Okay,
So yeah, it's like she's walking in a dirty basement.
Zooming in.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, the thing may begin. To
No, God. Okay, that's awful.
Al's creeped out. This is great. She's really scared. She's living the experience. And these are short videos, right?
Yeah, they're short. They're 30 seconds can really knock you out.
She is really scared.
It's a really
Oh,
powerful.
okay.
This is great. She's really got the heebie-jeebies.
One of the challenges of putting on a virtual reality show is that you got a lot of people staring into a thing that you can't see, right? So you have to keep that engaging as well. So there's a whole. I think there's going to be a whole social element to.
All done?
Oh, she's out. Okay.
All right. So, by the way, we're speaking to Keram Malicki-Sanchez, our buddy. You can check him out at keramsongs.com. But Al just came out of the virtual reality world. Yeah. How was it, Al?
Let me tell you this. I talk on the show all the time about how, I love horror. I watch tons of it. And it's hard for me to get scared now because I've seen everything, sort of. And so when something new comes up in a movie that I've never seen, or they do something exceptionally well and it kind of gives me a jump, I'm super excited. That takes horror to a whole new level. That is because it's right in your face. It's right. Okay, it starts out. They're setting it up, and when I was first looking around, what it is, we're in this place and there's different rooms, and then you start to realize they're trying to commune with this ghost, and you start to realize like, this ghost could come up behind me. That's how it feels. You feel like you're in the room and it's right behind. So that's why at first I'm just looking around. But then the first appearance of like a spooky thing, it's like, whoa, okay, it's really good scare. And then it just gets closer to you. And you're like, back away, jerk! Like,
one of the things about virtual reality that makes that so effective is that unlike any other medium, there's a sense of scale and dimension.
Yeah.
Which is weird because 3D gives you sort of this artificial depth. But in virtual reality, you can legitimately feel something being big or small, to the point where they even do experiments where we'll be having a conversation and you start to slowly shrink in the frame and you start to feel subordinate and like less than the other person.
Oh, that's crazy.
So there's this heavy duty like psychological component to VR that people can exploit.
One of the biggest things that you actually felt there was with TV screens, it's on the other side of a window basically.
Yeah.
So there's that separation, like it's outside.
Yeah.
And when you put that headset on and it's all around you, for example, you turn your head and all of a sudden to the corner of your eye,
Yeah.
that's that.
Oh, it's horrifying.
Inescapable.
And this is the thing, I don't want to tell too much about what happens in there because I want listeners to go and find a way to see this and check it out. But there are some things, and there's a few different scary things in it. But yeah, all of a sudden, it's right there. It's right, like, you can't get away from it. As a horror fan, that is the best thing I've experienced in a long time.
Nice.
Because yeah, and then you think like, I don't want to look at this thing, and it's scary. It's right in my face. So you turn around, and then there's another thing behind you.
Oh, my
Like
hand.
it's horrifying.
So
Yeah,
that was
that's
called
like a
Dismembered,
casual.
what you watched from. It was actually a Toronto producer. They're called DimensionGate, and they've had like 14 million YouTube views or something crazy. Like it's going off.
Yeah. Oh, and it's so good. It's they have captured a lot of. They have taken like sort of the best elements in horror movies
All right.
and combined. Like there's a whole bunch of little moments where,
Yeah.
and then it ratchets up the stress because
Screen's blank.
it's right
Oh, there,
in
yeah.
your face.
Should you see text?
It's amazing.
Pretty cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Do it.
Well, I'm not kidding. I want to watch that again. Like,
It's
I
a
want to watch the
different
same
medium,
thing
right?
again.
It's not like
Yeah.
it's not like TV or 3D or IMAX. It's a whole unique kind of experience.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah,
Yep.
it literally feels like you're in it.
Well, I've got
Like
the
you
sonar
can't
here.
get away from it.
And it's also because now it's real time. There used to be a bit of a lag, so your
Okay,
brain
now-
was like, I get it. Now your brain
Yeah, I
actually
need to do-
can't discern.
again?
It's being
Yeah.
fooled. We're basically exploiting everything about your brain that is limited
All
and
right.
taking advantage of that.
Here we go.
And
Okay,
I know.
so Ward's now gone into
Sonar.
something called Sonar. What country is this one from again?
All right.
This is
Sonar?
Germany.
Yeah.
I think this is a German company.
I do believe so.
And where is it?
I do believe so. But
Okay, so this is a German. So he's going to be flying through an asteroid that seems to have something slightly wrong with it, and he's going to be seeing three-dimensional shapes. That he can almost reach out and touch. So some of these experiences are stereoscopic, and some of them are not. So
What is
so
stereoscopic?
stereoscopic is when the left and right eye are slightly different, and so you get a 3D feeling. So
Right.
things look like they are actually, poking out at you more.
Yeah.
Whereas what you saw was a two-dimensional 360 experience, which is
But-
when you can look in all directions.
Yeah. But it still felt like stuff was coming in my face.
It's the same impact.
Oh, that sounded awful. That is not like objects were getting in. No. I'm
No.
just gonna stop talking.
So, right.
Yeah. Just let that go. And by the way, guys, I don't know if we said this yet because I was in the thing, but go to FIVARS.net and you can get like all the information about the festival and then also what's going on with these. Ward is really intense right now.
Everybody on Periscope is concerned it's gonna mess up his hair.
Yeah. Well, they know how much he
VR is
loves his
definitely
hair.
good at that.
Yeah.
Casually.
Well, it's for sure going to mess up his hair, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
So somebody entrepreneurial might now figure out how to make a non-hair messing up VR headset.
That is the next step.
I'm giving that one away for free.
That's well, and here, when we were talking in Tastemakers about this, when they had just the sort of you're in the picture kind of, what I was saying is because the fact that the goggles are compatible with Samsung, this is so smart of Samsung because it is so hard to break Apple's hold on people.
Right.
And so by jumping in first on this, like this is the first time I've really gone, oh, Samsung's getting into the game. Because don't get me wrong, I know their phones are great and that they have a lot of great there's a lot, technologically, there's a lot of great stuff about it, but being the first ones to do this is the first time I've been like, oh, competition.
It's actually a really interesting point because Apple has been completely silent on that front, so watch at their next announcement, they're going to be like, the IVR, and it's all over. It's just going to be some incredible, contact lens thing.
Or like,
Okay, so Ward is looking at, this is a German company, and so he's flying through a comet, and he's in a little kind of cage spaceship, and the cage is going to get lodged in a tunnel, and all of a sudden, he's like basically in a claustrophobic environment.
I'm a little claustrophobic now.
And he can look at all of his different monitors and sensors, and things start going terribly wrong. Has that happened yet, Ward?
I think he's lost.
He's gone.
All right.
Yeah.
Think of what this will do for relationships at home.
It will make people laugh really hard, right? Because look at the dumb expression on his face. It's awesome.
All right, well, who's going beep beep?
Who's going beep beep beep? That's amazing. How long is his?
So this is about 6.5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long was mine?
Yours is about 2.5.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say, that's, and which, by the way, I think that for an introduction to it, especially in the horror genre,
don't crawl.
that's enough time. That's enough time.
What happened?
I'll do this, yeah.
Oh, he's going to come out of it like a fever dream. And then there's that adjustment period. How did you feel when you took off your head-mounted display, Al?
I felt safe.
Was it a bit of a shift, like going from the inside of that to the real...
It totally is, because at first when it comes on, you're very aware, like, okay, I'm looking at something, but you do really, like, as the story comes out and as you start looking around, you do really start to feel like, oh, I'm in this room.
Right.
And then taking it off and everything is sort of, I mean, not flatter, because obviously the world is three-dimensional, but, like, it's a different space.
You know what the power of that is? Is people seem to feel like this voyeuristic ghost, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a company called Felix and Paul that made a demo of a guy playing music in a little room in Montreal. And there's
Jesus!
Hey, he's in it.
Yeah. This is really fun, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's almost as fun watching someone in it as it is being in it. It's more fun being in it, but watching someone in it is
No.
Yeah. That's how I felt. There were so many things where I was like, no, this is bad. This is bad.
This one really closes in on your
God, no.
I think had I been standing up in the one, I probably would have run backwards. It's like, yeah, for safety's sake, sit in a chair. Maybe make your own seatbelt, because you'll want to, especially in the scary ones, you'll want to be like, I'm going to move over here.
He looks really disturbed.
Yeah.
Well, what I was saying about Felix and Paul is that people would just turn and look at a dog sitting in the corner. For 8 minutes, they wouldn't look at the musician. They would just stare at the dog. And there's nothing going on with it, but there's just this interesting perspective you get from being in VR that's different than looking at a dog in real life.
Yeah.
Because you feel like it can't really do anything to you, but at the same time you can look closer than you normally would.
Yeah.
Right? Because
that's so true. And that's, and even, like, there is that feeling. Oh, you done?
Yeah.
He's definitely done.
Yeah. How you doing there, buddy?
It's so bright in here now.
You want a soda? Is that stressful?
I didn't realize I was sitting way far back. Like I was way back there.
Yeah, you were backing it up because it was scary.
It was, it was cool. It was creepy.
Yeah.
Right? Like it started off, it was just like I was floating through space in a ship.
Yeah.
But then creepy stuff started to happen in the ship. But it's like you said, it's like you're thinking, what's behind me?
No, I know. You're always aware. Like, oh, there could be something. And then when you look and there is something back there, it's honestly just terrifying. We do have to take a break, though.
Okay.
We are overdue for a break. So let's take a break. You guys stay with us. And we are going to come FIVARS and virtual reality.